So in this episode of Can You Solve It, we're actually not going to talk about an unsolved case in South Korea. We actually know the murderer. So today we're going to talk about a true crime fan who turns into a murderer. So in early of 2023, Jung Yoo-jung, a 23-year-old woman from South Korea, becomes very, very obsessed with true crime TV shows and books, where her fascination with these stories grew, leading her to contemplate committing a murder herself. So after watching the TV shows, reading all these books, Jung suddenly started conducting extensive research on how to conceal a body. She uses her cell phone and borrow books from the library to gather tips for her planned crime. In May of 2023, Jung uses an app that connects parents with private tutors to find a victim. She contacts her tutor by posing as a mother of a 9th grader who wants to learn English. She tells the tutor that her daughter will come for a consultation, setting the stage for her plan. Jung went ahead to buy a school uniform online to try and disguise herself as a middle school student. She then put on the uniform, visited the tutor, which the tutor believed that she was a student because she was very petite, she was very short, she looks like a middle schooler. And once inside, she immediately stabbed the tutor to death. After the murder, Jung buys some trash bags and bleach and returns to the victim's house. She started cutting her body into pieces and putting some of her body parts in a suitcase. She then takes a taxi, went to the Nakdong River, and then she started throwing her remains into the river. To try to create an illusion that the victim has disappeared, Jung keeps all the victim's belongings, including her mobile phone, her ID, her wallet. She tries to, attempt the perfect crime. Like suddenly the victim disappeared and she never came back to her home. She tries to make it seem like the victim kind of ran away. However, the taxi driver kind of becomes suspicious of Jung's behavior and he calls the police. Police then went to investigate Jung and found some blood-stained clothes in her bags. And then they found the rest of the victim's body at her house. Initially, Jung tells investigators she accidentally killed the victim because of an argument. However, there were some inconsistencies in her story and pressure from her family. She finally confessed to her crimes. So then she expresses remorse for her actions and then apologizes to the victim's family. She tells reporters she was really, really sorry and claims she was out of her mind at the time of the crime. The police then described Jung as a loner and recluse who has been unemployed since graduating from high school 5 years earlier. They also started conducting tests to determine whether if she was a psychopath. This is not like an unsolved case in Korea, but I feel like it's an interesting story, like what mental health can actually do to you if you're not careful or if you're not aware of the people around you who are suffering from mental health. So yeah,